Hey everyone, welcome to another Good e-reader comparison video. My name is Michael. Today we're going to give you a comparison of the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite 2, which is right here, against the new Kindle Basic. This is a $79 e-reader that just came out, so this is the 2014 edition, and the Paperwhite 2 is the 2013 edition. What we're going to do is look at the hardware, just to give you a sense on the scale and what makes these two e-readers different. First of all, the Kindle Basic for the first time ever has a touchscreen. In the past, it always had a D-pad, physical page turn buttons. That's why it was so affordable, because it didn't have any of the cutting edge features that you would find in more expensive e-readers. Peter, give us the 360.
So we're going to start with the new Kindle, and you can see it's a very clean looking device. It's no buttons on it whatsoever except the power button. Nothing on the left, the right, or even the top or the back. They are using a different plastic though. They're using a harder, thinner plastic rather than the softer, rubbery feel of the previous generations. We also have a status indicator light, a power button / sleep button, and a micro USB cable port for transferring data and charging your device. On the Paperwhite, looks very similar except for this is silver and this is black. Nothing on the top, left, or right again.
I found that the backs are completely different.
Right.
It's these subtle kind of grooves here, which is like angular.
Right.
This is more like, it's very just plain and basic.
They have beveled edges like they do on the new Fire HDXs. So you get it very thin on the corner here, but then they kind of expand here to fit all the computer chips and whatnot.
Yeah, the battery and everything like that.
And we have the same ports on the bottom of the Paperwhite too. So that's kind of where there's similarities.
Right out of the box, the UI for the Kindle Basic, that's on the left here, and the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite 2, which is on the right, they had the same UI. Now you do see a little bit of a difference with the ad, and that's because with the Kindle Basic we purchased the Special Offers Edition, which is the most commonly purchased unit, just because it comes down in price, $79.
That's how you get it to be $79.
Right. If you don't like the ads, you can actually pay Amazon $25 to remove it. In a future video we'll show you how to do it. But on the main screen here, you can see that it's pretty well the same options. The only difference is view special offers, and that shows you ads from, L'Oreal and official Amazon partners. But you could look at the top here, and there you have Goodreads integration, which is the social media book discovery network that Amazon purchased recently, and then home, back, shopping, search. You notice on here it does have a secondary option, because the Kindle Paperwhite 2 is a front light, which is able to allow you to read in the dark, whereas the Kindle Basic does not have this technology at all. So what makes these different? Well, aside from the design, which we showed you at the beginning, we actually found through extensive tests that this actually has a better screen. And we're going to open up a book here. Pride and Prejudice. We'll go to the most current page.
We're not going to show you how to change fonts and all that stuff, because we've shown you a million times. We're just going to show you that all the settings are exactly the same. We're on the 4th font setting on both. We have Celia, and we're just going to exit out and look at both of these side by side.
So I hope this come across on camera, but Peter, you mentioned the background, how this looks a little bit beige.
Yeah.
And this looks more of a clearly defined white, and we're talking exclusively about the background. And because this background seems to have more of like a white color, the font text is really popping.
It's also more sharp, whereas side by side, you wouldn't notice this on its own, but side by side, you can really see that this text is a lot more blurry around the curves, like on C's and O's and D's, whereas this is very sharp looking. And we're going to take this opportunity to max out the fonts, because a lot of people always say, hey, what does it look like? How much text can I actually fit on the screen? this is what they both look like maxed out, and you can really tell in these big white spaces that this has much more beiges and yellows than this does.
Yeah, so a lot of people were saying, does the new Kindle Basic have a better screen, and do the font look better? And this is a resounding
I would
yes.
say so, yes.
Okay, so let's go to a more respectable level here. Go back to the 4th level. While we're on the screen, you can adjust the line spacing, the margins, and the fonts. So you don't really have a lot of advanced options that other e-readers have, but this is enough to really kind of get you going.
They're identical in almost every sense, where you can make highlights, notes. You have more for translate, annotations, Wikipedia searches, report content errors. They're pretty much running the exact same operating system, but the technology in the hardware of the screen has actually changed.
Yeah, as well as if you highlight a single word, you can look it up in a dictionary, Wikipedia. You can click more and add a highlight, add a note. So let's click on add a note and look at the differences here. So you can see it pretty well looks exactly the same. Same type of keyboard, same type of like interface here. For all sense and purposes, the firmware is identical on each one. So the only thing that's really different is like the hardware experience. Okay, so we're going to give you a more comprehensive review of this. So we'll look at X-ray, we'll look at the store and everything like that, but there's no point getting into that because it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
So here's my sort of final thoughts on this, is that the Kindle Basic, from an economical point of view, I think is the better investment right now over the Kindle Paperwhite 2.
Absolutely.
Now, the Kindle Voyage is going to be released within about a month or so, and that is the e-reader that's going to certainly raise the bar on everything. But the Kindle Basic is out now, and I think that this will make a phenomenal gift, or it'll be a very great introductory reader, maybe to someone who's never had one before.
Exactly.
I like the fact that this is black, so it's black on black. Yeah, I like that because it's not as distracting, and I do really enjoy the fact that the Kindle Basic now has a touchscreen.
That's amazing.
People who are smartphones, people who have tablets, people who interact with touchscreens on a daily basis will have no problem switching from those to this. What are your thoughts?
I am glad they didn't change the UI too much, because people are used to this. They finally found something that works. The old Kindle keyboards were just this your home screen was your library, and it looked poor to say the least. But I'm glad they just transferred the familiar operating system to the Kindle in a better piece of hardware than the last generation basic Kindle, and they still managed to keep it $75 with a touchscreen that actually ends up being better than the Paperwhite.
Right. Okay, so let us know what you think about these two e-readers and, you know, the differences between them. We've showed you everything from the hardware to the software level. Weigh in the comment section below for a comparison of the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite 2 and the Kindle Basic. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take care.